The laboratory was silent. A young researcher stared at her notebook. Hundreds of failed experiments, dust-covered books, sleepless nights, no applause, no recognition, just a single question echoing in her mind. Am I wasting my life? She closed her eyes, and history answered. She found herself standing in an old Chinese laboratory from the 1960s. The air smelled of herbs and ink. Shelves were filled not with modern machines, but with ancient medical texts. A woman in a simple coat was carefully writing notes by hand. "Who are you?" the researcher asked. The woman looked up calmly. "My name is Tu Youyou." The researcher froze. "The Nobel Prize winner." Tu smiled faintly. "That came much later. First came failure." The room changed. Tu Youyou was now shown working under intense pressure. Millions were dying from malaria. Western medicines were failing. China had no time, no advanced technology, and no certainty. "I did not have a PhD," Tu said quietly. "I studied traditional Chinese medicine when others laughed at it." The researcher watched as experiment after experiment failed, over 190 times. "Didn't you want to quit?" she asked. "Every day," Tu replied. "But people were dying every day too." One night, Tu opened a 1,600-year-old medical text. A single line caught her attention: how to extract a plant called Artemisia annua using cold methods. That sentence changed everything, Tu said. The scene shifted again. Tu Youyou tested the extract on herself first, because volunteers were too risky. Fever, pain, uncertainty. But then, success. Malaria patients began to survive. Yet the world did not notice. No international journals, no fame, no awards, Tu said, for decades. The researcher looked confused. "Then why did you continue?" Tu's voice was steady. "Because science is not about recognition, it is about responsibility." The room faded. The researcher woke up back in her own lab, notebook still open, but her hands no longer trembled. Years later, 2015, the world finally spoke Tu Youyou's name. She stood on the Nobel stage, not as a genius who never failed, but as a woman who endured quietly. Tu Youyou once said, "Every scientist dreams of doing something that can help the world." Her story proves something powerful. You don't need fame to matter. You don't need perfection to succeed. You only need patience, courage, and the strength to continue when no one is watching.